good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. To those that don't know me, hi, I'm Giantra, the mad scientist and mastermind behind Embalmed Apple. For a little while now, about say a month and a half, I've been alluding on social media to a new project to be announced on August 11th. Those who are imps on Patreon at Leviathan tier or higher will get this video on August 9th. Today is, oh God, I don't even know what today's date is. Today is August 8th. First and foremost, I would like to say happy Langashad and happy Imbolc, depending on where you are in this wonderful giant rock virus hurling through space. I would like to share some new developments with Embalmed Apple. I have for some time now been trying to teach myself how to work Discord, and will shortly be adding a Discord server to my Patreon. I've done a little bit of change up on how I do my video layout for Patreon. The reason for that is to make room for the project that I am announcing in this video. I will eventually get to that. Bear with me. The anticipation. Anyway. Gotta have fun with life. But anyway. So, the big announcement is I have been working with the Tarot for 27 years. For the past 15 years, I've been kicking around in my head the idea of creating my own deck. A lot of that has to bear on the fact that actually creating the art is a whole nother level of living the card. And for my geeky little butt, groking the concept of the card. That said, the universe kind of hit me with a clue by 4 this year, and the amount of people asking me if I am ever going to create my own deck kind of got very noticeable. And when I stopped and was like, all right, I'm listening, things just started falling into line. I was inspired for my first piece by reading Saint-Saens by Bill Duvendak. Shout out to him. If you haven't read his works and you're interested in the occult, I suggest them. Just saying. That piece is this card right here. I know a lot of you noticed that I was posting videos of its progress, pictures of its progress, but I never listed it as a print for sale. Reason for that is my death card. It was the very first card I created. Those of you who know me and know my personal practice understand completely why the death card came to me first. I am in the process of doing my strength card here. As you'll notice, she is very different from what you would normally see as a strength card. All of my cards will be that way. I want to approach the base concept of each card in a visual way. Not in the typical that everyone's used to from the base design that you get through your varied systems. I'm also not putting any numbers or names on the major arcana cards. There are multiple reasons for this. One of which, I really don't want to take away from the visual of the art, adding words and numbers. Secondly, that allows you to switch strength and justice as you will, depending on how you prefer to read the cards. My court cards will be their own form of interesting. Instead of the base symbolism of cups, wands, discs, and swords, I'm coming at it from a different angle. And I will unveil that when I get to creating those cards. When I get to the lesser arcana, past the court, into the pips, if you will, they will be the first cards to actually have numbers on them, but the number will be ghosted in at different places depending on what the card is, so that the number is there, because the imagery will not count the number of swords or cups or such. So I will be giving the numbers to help people out. But it will be ghosted in a way so that it doesn't really catch the eye. It's not really the centerpiece of the card. Because even down to your pip cards, each one is, in my honest opinion, a visualization of a concept. Everything is perception. Perception creates reality. And with the way I use the tarot, and a lot of other people do, of course, but I can only actually speak from my own experience. I cannot speak for another human on this planet. The base concept of the idea behind that card is what I focus and meditate on with that card. And the perception of the world around you is how I've always seen the minor arcana cards, in such a way as the Six of Swords is standing from a different perspective than the Seventh or the Fifth. So I'm kind of going with that visually. It's hard to describe without being able to show the card itself. Those will be coming. Each of these pieces, the original's 18 by 24, and then I'm scanning them, scaling them down. The original pieces will not even remotely go for any idea of being for sale until after the cards are published. At that point, they will be framed, and I will decide what to do with them from there. I will be doing a limited run of 19 of each of the major arcana cards. Those of you who play with math like I do can get a giggle at that. Those will be released 72 hours early for the highest tier in my Patreon, which is Legion. Those will be released 48 hours early for my second highest tier, Leviathan. And then they will be posted to the public. They will be signed, numbered, and limited to 19 of them, only in the size 11 by 17. After the cards have been released, I will offer prints of them again, but never in the 11 by 17 size. So the only time you will be able to get the 11 by 17 size is if you purchase one of the 19 first prints of that card. I will give everybody a 24-hour heads up before the card goes on sale on Patreon. I will give everybody another heads up before it goes on sale publicly. I am in the process of teaching myself how to run Kickstarter, because I've been teaching myself how to do all of the computer stuff I have to do for this. I am recording the process from pencil sketch to completed work on each of the cards, creating and editing, and will be downloading those videos onto Embalmed Apple's YouTube channel. Those will be released early to certain members on my Patreon. I apologize. My laptop decided to time out on me. As per normal, there's all kinds of stuff going on my Patreon. But anyway, that's the new news. My deck will be 79 cards because personally I use a divinity card. So I will be creating one of those. And total there will be 80 videos because I will also be creating the back art for my cards. And so there will be a video per art piece. And at the end there will be a lovely video giving a lot more explanation on how my imagery came about. The companion book I have found a co-writer for. I have yet to have his consent to use his legal name at this moment. So until I know what name he wishes me to use for him, he will remain unnamed. I will release that information in the next couple months. But in 24 hours, the death card goes on sale for Legion members. In 48 hours, the death card goes on sale for Leviathan members. And then it will go public. So Legion members get 3 days early on the sale. Leviathan members get 2 days early on the sale. And then it will go public across all of my social media. You all have a blessed and beautiful day. Love each other. Love yourselves. Spread joy. Spread art. And stay spooky. And yet again, I want to end this with thank you for your support. Those of you who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, those of you who put in the watch hours of actually watching me speed draw at time-lapse speed, those of you who support my drag, those of you who support my cast, not mine specifically, we're egalitarian, but mine as in I'm part of it. The Twisted Sisters, who perform at Pride Bar and Lounge in New Albany, Indiana, once a month. I thank you for supporting Embalmed Apple and everything I do. I am always available for custom work. Custom work gets pushed ahead of everything else. Always has, always will. Hit me up, we'll talk about it. The sky's the limit. Actually, your imagination is the limit. So ta-ta for now. Stay spooky. And remember, you're awesome. And I love you.